this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Initially, I felt quite scared.
Everything just changed.
The world wasn't safe, nothing was safe, work wasn't safe.
Mentally on me, it was very, very tough.
I literally cannot see anyone. I've got to stay in my home and that's it.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
This will blow over in a couple of months and we'll be all fine, and then it didn't.
People were dying from this pandemic.
In the 7th week of the lockdown, the United Kingdom has now recorded Europe's highest number of deaths linked to coronavirus.
You heard from the news what was happening in China. Deep down, I knew that there was going to be some impact eventually in the UK, so it was kind of a bit surreal.
I think it was an incredibly scary time for all of us. I had already got some equipment to enable me to do my job from home, so I felt quite relieved that when that notification came, I could still do part of my job. But just scared generally that nothing was safe anymore.
The concerns are about safety. You have a team that are all different people of different ages, different health concerns. You know, not everyone is fully fit, so everyone's had different experiences of COVID.
We were basically all starting to get worried out in the field, and I remember the day my supervisor rang me and said, "Jeff, you need to pack up what you're doing and basically head home until you get further instructions." On the following day we were doing emergencies, working from home. Basically when we got an emergency, the planners would ring us and send us out there. The old song Ghost Town from the Specials was really fitted at the time, because I was driving around the city. Literally, it was a ghost town. You felt like you were the only one on the road. We're out there, we're doing the job, and it was tough, there was no doubt about it. We were concerned for our welfare.
Overnight, we were all working from home. It was a massive change, and we're a team that's used to being together quite physically, you know, and being able to call on one another for support and literally just stand and go over to someone or stand and speak to someone. So not having that physical presence was quite a concern and a major challenge at the beginning.
I guess my first thought was, when am I going to see everyone again? I wanted to see my team. I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to interact with them.
It was very surreal to believe what was happening, and everything just changed.
We're people, we're used to seeing colleagues and customers every day.
The coping mechanisms are not necessarily available, because I play rugby and I train in the gym, so the closures of the gym and rugby, I really suffered for a good couple of weeks until I managed to find my feet and find some equipment. So that was really a difficult period.
There was a concern that, you know, we could have an outbreak at one of the schemes, which was quite worrying at the time.
The biggest thing really was the fear of taking something home and passing it on to a relative.
The whole thing was just bizarre, and left everybody feeling very, very uncertain about what the future was going to hold.
We were challenged, and we were tense and anxious at that time.
Such is the depth of the COVID crisis that the lockdown measures are widely expected to remain in force probably until March.
Working with the Rough Sleeper team of Coventry City Council, we changed the purpose of the building. We got this now ready for all the Rough Sleepers out in Coventry. Just because we're in a pandemic, it doesn't mean homelessness is going away. If anything, there was more a need for the accommodation than ever before.
The main service that we provided, i.e. being in this room, that kept going, and we provided the service that the customers required.
From our perspective, it was about trying to make sure that people were able to continue to pay their rent.
The team started not only concentrating on their work, but their colleagues' work as well. It just slipped into this natural habit of helping each other out.
We were still out in the neighbourhoods, addressing whatever emergency issues there were, safeguarding issues. We were out on site.
We continued to visit those most in need and to make sure our estates and our blocks were safe, carried on doing block inspections and health and safety inspections to make sure that everyone was okay.
We worked proactively together. We had numerous meetings over Microsoft Teams discussing about the initial restart.
When you reflect, it could be that you have just saved somebody's life.
The world's leading scientists have expressed their delight, along with a strong note of caution, following the news that a vaccine against coronavirus has proved 90% effective in early results.
The pandemic accelerated our modern ways of working by 3-4 years.
Some individuals have really come out of their comfort zone, and now they want to progress in the company, which they would never have dreamt of having that vision before.
The team is expanding and we're taking on new roles and new challenges. We're working with new customers at the start of their tenancy.
Nothing was too much. If any of us needed help from each other, we're all a phone call away, we'd all muck in.
I'm proud to work for Citizen because I get to work with some really great people, and we're not afraid to come together and help each other when times get tough.
It is a real honour to work in the team, and Citizen, there was so much support available. That sort of made me think I'm more than just an employee number. You know, I'm an employee, I'm a person.
I have seen firsthand that we do make a difference.
One of the clear things is actually proving to ourselves how much we can cope with change and just how resilient we are as individuals and as an organisation.
We work together, and I think that's what the best thing about Citizen is, that we work as one.
I work with a lot of inspiring people that inspire me to do the best that I can.
We've really put ourselves on the map, and I'm very proud, and we couldn't have done that without the work that the staff had undertaken.
For my team personally, I just want to say thank you, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of it without their support.
Through the difficult period, we managed to pull through, and we still are.
Thank you guys for having my back, and I had yours.